What's up, guys? It's your boy Nerd Hobbyist back at another video. Now, I know this was supposed to be the SNL walkthrough part 3, but what happened was I was about to edit the video right now, and the DVR footage started messing up. After a certain page, after a certain time, it just stayed stuck on one screen. It stayed stuck on one screen, and I was eternally mad as hell. But who knows? So, with that in mind, I decided to make my update video of 2020, and this will be the last video of 2020 in general. It was supposed to be that update. It was supposed to be the SNL walkthrough part 2, and then part 3 would have came shortly after, or I was hoping before 2021, but we'll do that all in 2021 in due time. It's my update video. Like I said, everything is good. RC is good right now. At a point of doing planes, I've pretty much managed to crash all my planes. But right now, I am on a good hot streak of these 3 planes not crashing at all. This one broken a little bit, but I fixed it after. So what happened with the E-Sky was, it was something really stupid that I was messing around with, and I wish part 2 was here so I can let you know what it was, but it's something called data format in my SNL, and pretty much what my SNL has is data format. So once you hit it, I'm pretty sure if you don't have any satellites, once you hit it, you hit the right stick to, accept the command. It pretty much resets your whole entire SNL. So pretty much whatever channels you had on it, whatever stabilization games you had on it, whatever you had on it for this plane is reset it. So pretty much it's like you just got it brand new out of the factory. So it brought me back to my normal, calibration of the sticks, and apparently I messed up the sticks. I wish part 2 was out, but you need to have your right stick, so aileron and elevator, to be working properly for you to navigate through the channels, so that you can, if you mess up like on the rudder or elevator, you can go back to the channel calibration menu, and then you could redo it. So I did it, and it turns out I messed up, and I had no aileron but only rudder. So I was super pissed. That means that pretty much means I couldn't go into the menus really. I couldn't go into the menus, so I was pretty much locked out of the flight controller for what I thought was forever. And so after time went, I actually ordered another flight controller that's not even in stock. I just ordered it off Banggood, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to wait for it, and we'll see how it is. After a while, I just decided to go to the SNL menu, which I already did, the SNL manual from AFPV, and saw what they did is they said if you can't get into the calibration menu, when you power on your flight controller, both sticks go to the right. I did that the first time, nothing happened, so I thought it was a lost cause. And one day I was like, is it really a lost cause? So I go back in, I do it again, boom, calibration menu was there, did the calibration perfectly, and now I'm back into my SNL. So that was one of the 3 problems I had. The second problem I have, sorry about the light change. The second problem I have was everything else was working amazingly until I hit elevator and rudder. No, not elevator, throttle and rudder. And I was like, that's weird. Mind you, I just got a new ESC, but I'll get to that in a second. I was like, that's weird. And I just kept on doing whatever I thought I could to get the rudder and elevator working. Now, you guys know I don't run a UBEC on my, I don't run the internal UBEC of the ESC. So I cut off the red wire, which is pretty much for a servo, and now you guys know where I'm coming from. A servo is needed, and all those wires are needed. So when I thought I was pulling on the elevator on the ESC wire to plug it in, I was actually pulling on the rudder wire. So I snipped off the rudder wire, the red wire from the rudder cable, and then I put my throttle into rudder. So it was pretty much reversed, and I didn't have any power from the rudder. So when I realized that, I was like, oh, no wonder my ESC doesn't sound like it's booting up or anything like that. And also a negative wire came off of my PMU, but I restarted that back on. It's nothing crazy to talk about. So what I did was I took out the wires, I cut it off, I put it on a new, I soldered on a new male wire from a servo connector, Futaba, whatever you want to call it, and then I got everything working up again. So back to the ESC. So what happened was my ESC actually got burned. The stock eSky ESC actually went up in smokes, and the reason why it went up in smokes, I hate this story every time I talk about it. This was a day before I went to go fly it at Staten Island with Hybrid. That video was already posted. That was I'll put a little card in this top, but that was the Skylark flight video. And a day before, and I was gonna fly my eSky in a nice open field and try to go far as possible, whatever. My ESC went up in smokes, and the reason why I did that is because apparently that 3S to JST connector I had for my UBEC, the actual balance part plug came off, and so when I went to put it back on, it was in reverse. So I pretty much plugged in the negative to the positive negative, and even at 5 volts, it did a pretty great deal of damage. The negative wire of the ESC was completely exposed because it's just how because it pretty much melted away the rubber. It was insane. It's crazy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show a picture of the crater that it made inside the fuselage of the eSky. It just made a little crater. It's a little down crater of where the wire was next to. It was insane. Some wires got charcoaled as well. So, but I got all the parts. I am running a Zod ESC now. I'm pretty sure I said that in one of my previous videos. If not, I am running a Zod Nano Talon ESC. And the servos are still the same. I just soldered on a new connector, and that's pretty much it. So now my eSky is ready to go take flight, but I am in New York City, and it's mid-December, and snow is starting, is forming. We already got 2 blizzards today, so, well, 1 blizzard, 2 days lasting, so, yeah. Fun Cup got a couple of changes. If you guys saw my Sonic model video, I would also link that up in the description. I had my Fun Cup there, but the head cam mount, I didn't do it correctly. Except for moving my head, I only moved my eyes, which is just a stupid mistake. With the Sonic model, I moved my head, but with the Fun Cup throughout that whole video, I only moved my eyes. All I had from that whole entire 10 minutes of recording that I did was literally the Fun Cup landing and also the crash that happened. So what happened was it crashed it because the ESC couldn't take the max amps of the then motor, the motor I had in there at the time. It was a 6-turn motor, so it's pretty high kV for a 9x6 prop. I think it was doing 48 amps max throttle, and I only had a 20 amp ESC. So because of that, my plane sometimes the motor would just stop spinning, and then it would just fall out of the sky like a dead horse, especially if I was coming in for a low pass. And then one time it clipped the prop clipped the ground when it came for a little crash landing, and it completely snapped off the motor shaft where the prop was attached to. And that was the second motor I bought for it. The first motor also had a motor snap off at the same time. But now I have a new ESC. And the crazy part is the last 2 motors were both 6-turn motors. I wasn't thinking about KV. I was only thinking about the cheapest price I can find. So I didn't realize they were both 6-turn motors. So last thing was that I got a new motor, and I didn't realize I ordered a 13-turn motor, 1000 kV motor, and now it spins hella slow. And I also ordered a new ESC, and I kind of regret ordering the new ESC. Why I regret it? Because A, it's a 40 amp ESC, and B, the ESC wires are way too short. So my ESC is pretty much right next to the battery, which if you guys know the Fun Cup, there is no space in there. The ESC has to be behind the battery. So now I'm kind of mad that I took out my 20 amp ESC, because now the motor and prop combo only does 13 amps max throttle. 13! That is so, it's not efficient. It is pretty efficient, honestly. So I was like, whatever, dude. So I have a 30 amp ESC coming for my Dragonfly. I hope I can show you my Dragonfly. 30 amp ESC for my 6-plane this Dragonfly. I won't be having a build over. I won't be having a build like as I'm doing it because it's gonna take me a while for the electronics. But I am showing you guys that this is my 6-plane Dragonfly. So, like I said about the flight controller, when I ordered a new one that was out of stock, I didn't need it anymore because I fixed my e-sky. So I decided to exchange it, except for getting my money back. I had to exchange it with Banggood, and I got this guy. I saw this guy. It was like $40, free shipping. You know, Banggood's cool. And I got it the other day. Not the other day, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And so far, I'm just waiting for electronics. But it's fully built. Just electronics that has to be installed and everything like that. So I will be having a build overview of this guy probably December, 2021, maybe in January if I get the parts by then. So that's cool. Just a little something. And that was my fun cub, and so pretty much now she works fine. I don't have to worry about lipos over puffing for whatever amps or anything. I like the 13-turn motor. You can tell that it's not the most speed demon in the world, but let's be honest, it's a fun cub. It's not supposed to be fast. But what is supposed to be fast is that guy right there. That guy's supposed to be fast. So my Skylark is working beautifully. I haven't changed a single thing. I guess the only thing I've done was double side tape the receiver because it came off. That is literally it. I haven't done a single thing. The motor, that is a stock Volantex motor, by the way. The same motor that comes in the Ranger G2. That is a stock Ranger G2 Volantex motor taking 4S and a 9x6 prop. Yes, 4S and a 9x6 prop. Stock Volantex motor. Still working strong. I will say it does kind of get a little hot sometimes, but I've flown this thing for my 1800 milliamp 4S. I've flown it through pretty much to where you're not even supposed to fly a lipo battery to. Motor's a little warm, but not concerning. No magic smoke. The motor doesn't make any like burning smell. It just works, and it's crazy because this thing, I love that plane. Not as much as I love the E-Sky. The E-Sky is still my favorite plane I have so far. But Skylark, number 2. 100% number 2. Oh man, Skylark is so good. I haven't changed anything. Skylark is the only plane that I've never had to touch. I guess except for the little fly bear there. Please don't go to my old videos. I was so young. I used the peephole from my TV.
Oh, look at the top of his head.
But yeah, my fly bear videos, that thing is, I've never had to touch it. I guess I only have to take out a prop. And yeah, so now I have 6 planes now. I have 3 cars, 6 planes. And, oh, I forgot one plane. My wing. Yes, my wing. The magical crash, whatever. I knew it was repairable, so I wasn't really distraught about it. But the wing crashed. Okay, I glued everything back together. Wings, everything, wing tips, everything is glued back together. I got a new prop for it. If you guys saw the video, the prop went out. But I also got something else, which was a settings board. The reason why I got a settings board was because if you guys use too big of a flathead for making the pots, what happens is, like, because it's a plastic flathead, for the pots for you to adjust, not the actual screwdriver, it's plastic flathead, it bored out. I pretty much stripped a flathead. Yeah, it got stripped for the, what was it, the aileron section? Yeah, so for the roll section. Yeah, so I couldn't lower the rates, so I was gonna have overstabilized, like how I did in the video. I was gonna have overstabilized flight, so I had to get rid of that settings board, order a new one, order a brand new prop. Got those in like 2 weeks, something like that. Banggood Express, so like 2.5 weeks, and it's installed. Everything's glued up, and I have adjusted all the pots. Everything is nice and low, so that will be ready to remaiden again, hopefully successfully, so that I can have all my planes except the Dragonfly fully flying perfectly. So for E-Sky, Fun Cub, Skylark, even the Fly Bear is working fine, no problem. I don't fly the Fly Bear anymore, but last time I flew her, she was beautiful. 2-channel, you can't go wrong. So all I'm missing to actually fly, really the only thing I'm missing is a Sonic model. I know 100% that this is gonna fly well. With the power system I'm using and the weight that I'm having, I already ordered all the electronics, 803S milliamp, helicopter ESC because they're super small. Servos are already ordered. I'm gonna shorten those shits real low. I know this thing's gonna fly well. It's underwing design. It's a little bit of dihedral, and it's meant to fly slow. So I already know. I already know that thing's gonna. As long as I get the CG right, it's just taking off and coming back. So that's pretty much it, guys. So yep, I do have some cars I have to work on. So where is it? That guy right there. That is a Red Cat Lightning STR Nitro. I hope I said the name right. I know it's a Lightning, but it's the Nitro version, and I am upgrading it to have a nice on-road performance, and it will have a nice BMW courtesy to MD Fishman. Thank you for that. So that would be a nice on-road build that I have already started and almost finished, honestly. I'm very, very close to finishing. Then that's the Piranha. You guys seen that guy like a couple months ago. Haven't done nothing to it. I'm supposed to get it up to like 80 miles per hour, but holding off on that because it's going to be expensive. And then there's my so far favorite RC out of my group and my favorite Nitro engine, which is the Traxxas 3.3, and stupidly fast. If I take off the body, I can't run this Nitro 3.3, this Nitro with the body on it because it's hard to point. Because yeah, there you go. What am I doing? It's so hard to point because it just parachutes, does a backflip. So yeah, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Planes are good. Definitely gonna get 1 or 2 more planes, if not just 1 plane for Christmas, and just either fully deck it out with some GPS SNL, or just have a nice looking plane line of sight flyer. So just to go over everything before I go, East Sky's doing good. She's ready for her actual maiden of the GPS and everything. So return to home testing, altitude hold testing, stabilization testing, manual test. I already know manual works. So manual, this plane flies amazing. Just letting you guys know that. Best beginner plane you could probably buy right now. Either that or like a fun cub like this, or like a Ranger G2. If you want your first like bigger plane, I recommend those 3 planes. Even this guy right here is so good. Fun Cub, she flies well. I flew her multiple times. Only problem she has, if you guys are gonna get the Fun Cub, is the landing gear is trash. Every time you land, you have to be very soft because it will the little wire that's holding it will just bend back. You can always bend it back. That's what I do all the time, but it will bend, and it's just super weak. It's like Chinese wire. I don't know what it is. Skylark, she's doing fine, no problems. Landing gear, perfect. Throttle, perfect. Battery, perfect. Everything about her is perfect. Flybear, I don't know what else to say. It's a 4-year-old plane. She still flies, I hope. I don't even know where the charger's at, honestly. Sonic model, everything's done. Just hoping to take it off. Nitro Slash, have a caster block that I broke. Gonna get that fixed. Piranha, not gonna touch her. And L-Star, probably going to get her finished this Christmas, hopefully. And then, last but not least, Dragonfly. Pretty much just getting her done. Really, getting her done. So, expect videos in January 2021. Hopefully, if there's no wind and if it doesn't snow every 2 seconds. So, thank you for watching my excessively long 20-minute video. I hope you guys have a great day. Keep flying, RC. Keep driving. Oh, I'm still not used to this. Keep driving, RC. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And what was I going to say? I don't know. Peace.